Y'all need to help Stephen Phillips out over there. Out the door and off the radio.
Here's Stephen Phillips.
All righty, folks, our guest today, no doubt, everybody knows his dad, Roger Miller, but we have got Dean Miller on with us this morning. Hadn't seen him in a while. How are you, brother?
I'm doing good. Can you hear me?
I got you, brother. Wide open, and you're looking good.
All right.
Man, we hadn't talked to you in a while, but you have been all over the place. Every time I see something posted, you're in another city. I mean, my Lord, what are you doing?
Well, I am determined to only do things I want to do at this stage of my life. One of the things I want to do is see everything and do everything. So I started traveling all over the world, and so I just go everywhere now. That's
awesome. But now you're actually documenting this on a YouTube channel, right?
Yeah, I have a YouTube channel called The Insincere Traveler because I'm a pretty sarcastic guy. My girlfriend and I, we made a decision to go somewhere every month. Once a month, we're going to go somewhere exciting. So next trip is Bermuda. We're going to Bermuda in July.
Right.
And we're documenting it and making videos. And we got a really fun channel called The Insincere Traveler.
I love it. Now you went to Athens. You've been to Greece. Now I've been to Athens, Georgia, but I've not been.
Right, I have too. I love Athens, Georgia. But I wanted to. I heard that Greece is the word, so I went to Greece.
Yeah.
And we had a ball. It was great. It was a lot of fun.
Oh, I can just imagine. I think I was sitting there watching this, and like you've got Si on the Duck Dynasty. You need a Si to be along with you. And I'm thinking I could volunteer. I wouldn't, if you just pay my way, I would, I could be your Si.
I'd love to, but I don't think I will. But
okay, well, I'm trying to get free travel, man.
Me too.
Yeah, I guarantee it. But that it looks like y'all having so much fun, no doubt, going all over the place. The Insincere Traveler. That's kind of because we were talking about one of the groups that you started. What was the name of the group back years ago that you had when you first started playing music?
I'd have to look it back up.
I can't even remember it, but you had what was one of the groups that you had back when you first started playing music?
Are you talking to me?
Yeah, I'm talking to you.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were looking off to the side there, and I thought, who is he talking to?
Yeah,
one of my my early band was called the Sarcastic Hillbillies.
Yeah, there
That's
you go.
what it was. Yes.
So this kind of goes along with that. So.
Yeah. But I'm just a really kind of a smart aleck kind of guy, and I just wanted a title. See, when we travel, we don't do what the normal person does. We don't go and see the obvious things. We really research it and find some weird restaurants and off the beaten path stuff, and we love to be funny about it. So that's why we call it that.
Well, I'm with you on that. I'm like you. Everybody goes to the hot spots, but there's so much crazy stuff out there, like the world's biggest roll of yarn.
I love that stuff.
Yeah, I do too. We usually, when me and my wife go out, we don't even. Of course, we don't go overseas. We're going when they get the bridge built, but we're scared to fly. But we just put a destination and just see what we can in between all that. So
now, what's your favorite place that you've gone so far?
Oh man, I'll tell you what. I love Antigua.
Yeah.
In the Caribbean. I love Antigua. And then years ago, I toured Australia, and I love Australia a lot. So
where in Australia did you go? Big place.
I went on the East Coast, like Melbourne, Sydney. I've been there 6 times. I went to Sydney, Melbourne, Brisbane. I've been to Tamworth, which is like their version of Nashville. So
that's pretty cool. I'd love to go down there and ride one of them kangaroos. I just think that'd be so much fun.
I don't know if the kangaroo would love it, but
Yeah, I'd be all about that. So
sure.
But now you're still doing. Now you go to. I put your website out there, Dean Miller Entertainment. I think is it right? Yeah, DeanMillerEntertainment.com. You're still recording, and I seen you got C. Thomas Howell. We've had him on before. You've actually doing some stuff with him. You got a lot going on with the recording part right now.
Yeah, I do a lot of record producing. So I've been producing a ton of artists, including, C. Thomas Howell, who is a really great singer and actor and songwriter, was in a lot of great movies. He's been in over 200 movies.
Yeah, that's it. He kind of got tickled at me because, you know, I'm a big James Garner fan, and he was in the movie Tank, and that's the one I was all excited about. And he's like, well, you know.
Right. You know, my dad was friends with James Garner. He was a good guy.
Yeah, James was he was a big country music fan. There's no doubt.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
He toured with Waylon Jennings for about 3 weeks. Said it about killed him, but
I didn't know that.
yeah, he sure did. He went out on about 2 or 3 weeks. He went out on. You know, I know Jerry Jigger Bridges and all them. They talked about it.
Okay.
And yeah, he did that. But James, I've seen some of the interviews somewhere. He said about killed him, but you got to dig it up. But now you've worked with everybody, man. You've worked with Dolly Parton, and the list goes on and on. Willie Nelson and everybody else. I mean, that. Of course, you were raised in that kind of stuff, so it's just like people to you, you know.
Right. Sure. Excuse me. I grew up all around these people. These were my dad's friends were like the Mount Rushmore of country music. So they were always at our house, or we were going somewhere or seeing people all the time. So I think what's weird about it is that until I was an adult, I didn't know these people were unusual.
Right.
Then as I got to be an adult and look back, I think we all do this. You look back and you look at your childhood differently when you're an adult. And I thought, man, I was so privileged and didn't even know it to be around these people.
You know, but that's you're right about that. And these people, if you look, they all loved your dad because he was like a cut up. I mean, he was just cutting. And everybody's got a Roger Miller story somewhere they want to tell.
Yeah, well, Bill Anderson asked me one time. He said, "What do you think is the legacy that your dad left behind?" And I think the legacy he left is that when you say his name to people, their face lights up.
Yeah.
Go, oh, yeah, I love him. Oh, I have this story. Oh, let me tell you about him and how he affected my life. And, you know, it's really hard to go through life and not have one person say one bad thing about you. But I've never heard a bad word about my dad.
No, I of course I love his music. You know, it's funny. I kind of like, a lot of the popular music, but I like to kick back on some of the stuff that didn't make all the hits. But I love that One Dine and a Berry, and I don't know where. I know you know the song I'm talking about, and I don't know where he was at when he wrote that song. I love that tune. I love that tune.
That's a really dark song. It's a dark song about death, but boy, it's a good song.
Yeah.
I don't know what his mindset was when he wrote it. But he also has a song called Pardon This Coffin, which is like, I think, a joke on coughing, but it's about a coffin.
Right. So he definitely.
Yeah. It says, "Pardon this coffin, my brother died."
Anyway, y'all go to Dean Miller Entertainment. You can see all the stuff going on. Now, you do, I mean, not only, okay, let me ask you something. You do a lot of projects. You do a lot of music. I mean, you've got some videos. I even seen where you cut a video the other day with one of your artists that you're working with and this, that, and other. The music industry has changed so much over the years from like when your dad was there, then you're growing up and all. Where are we at right now with the music business, do you think?
I don't know. I think it's all awful what's happened to the music business. Right now, I would just say to any young artist, just do it because you love it. Because if you're doing it for a big payoff, it's just different now. It's highly unlikely you're going to get a big payoff in the short run.
Right. Yeah.
But so I write music, I play music, I put music out there every so often because I just can't help it. I feel really driven to put music out. But I've also had to learn to do 5 or 6 different things to survive in the music business. You know, so I put records and I do several other things. But it started out as a survival thing, but it's also because I'm determined to only do what I love. I don't want to do something I hate with my life. And so
right.
I work with, like, for example, I work with dogs because I love dogs. And so I just decided to start designing my life so that when I get up in the morning, I love what I do. And that means producing a record or training a dog or singing some songs or traveling. That's what I do. And somehow it's worked out for me so far, knock on wood.
Well, now that last album that you've got, 1965, I mean, that's a cool album.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And I'm releasing a song here and a song there, a little at a time.
Right.
If you keep up with me at Dean Miller Music on my social media and stuff, I'm always putting a song out every so often, and just for the fun of it.
I'm stuck on that wild-eyed, crazy, dirty, mixed-up world. I love that. Yeah.
Yeah. I wrote that on a train in Italy. I was going from, again, traveling, but I was going from Florence to Pisa, I believe, but I was on a train and I just was half asleep and I started thinking of these lyrics to the song because it's a wild-eyed, crazy, dirty, mixed up world. I really feel like we're just, I think with media and all this stuff, now we have to listen to all these idiots talk.
Yeah.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
Before media and a phone in your hand, maybe all these idiots existed, but we didn't have to listen to them on a 24-hour news cycle all day long.
I'm with you. And that's the thing about it. You don't leave home unless you take your cell phone. I mean, golly.
Mm-hmm.
And if you lose it, you're freaking out. It's like, where's my phone? Where's my phone?
And I'll tell you what's crazy. You know, look around you at a mall or somewhere when you're in public and look at all the zombies just looking down at their phone while they walk around. Nobody's experiencing life. Look up, man. People running. And you ever have this, like people running into you all the time because they're looking at their phone or bumping into you? Someone comes up on me with their phone and I'll go, look up. Look up.
Yeah. But, you know, you go into a restaurant, you got two people sitting there and they're looking at their phone.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And if they have a baby or a toddler, they've got a tablet or something to keep the kid occupied.
You know, that's funny, though. You know, back when we were kids and we'd go on trips, you know, my dad, he would always say,
Are we there yet?
Look out the window. We're going someplace you've never been, and you might see something you've never seen. So that's kind of the way we are now. You know, I do my kids when they, of course, they're grown now, but, you know, I'd say, hey, look out the window. We're going someplace you've never been. You might see something you've never seen.
Well, nowadays the kids have to be strapped in with seatbelts so they can't see out the window.
Yeah, no more sitting in the back window, are they?
Yeah, we used to ride in the back of the station wagon.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jason Isbell has this line in one of his songs about resist the urge to live inside my telephone.
Yeah.
It's sad.
Yeah, it is. I guarantee it.
Packy's on his phone right now.
Yeah, Packy's over here, the station guy. He's surfing the net.
I'm looking up jokes of the day, man.
Oh yeah,
I'm ready for it.
Yeah, he's on TikTok, man. What is the deal with this? We do famous birthdays in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
And June Carter Cash, today's her birthday, matter of fact.
Oh wow,
and cool. That's the only one we recognize. The rest of them were TikTok stars, YouTube stars,
rap stars.
I never heard of them. I mean,
I never felt a generation gap till the last few years. I don't know who anybody is, and you know, I relate to that. My parents used to say, "I don't know who anybody is."
Yeah. We're our parents. That's the truth. You grow up to be your parents.
Yeah. I refuse to accept aging, though. I'm 25 forever.
There you go. Ain't nothing wrong with that. But, you know, that's funny, though. It's like, you know, I'm a full-time school bus driver. I do that full-time. And a couple of years ago, I had a little kid getting on my bus during Halloween, and he was dressed up like a cowboy. And he's probably, I don't know, 6, 7, 8 years old. And I said, you think you're John Wayne? And he looked at me with confusion in his eyes, and he's like, who? Who's John Wayne?
Wow.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, holy smoke, I'm an old man. Yep.
It's crazy.
Yep. Anyway, folks, we're talking to Dean Miller. Now, you do music production, you do video production, and you do consulting. Tell us a little bit about how all this works.
I've been in the music business for so long. I just know so much about it, and I know so many people in it, and I know how it works. And I started thinking, well, you know, these poor young artists out there start to get into this business and they just are so misguided and they get taken advantage of and they get ripped off. And I thought, I'm just going to offer my knowledge and serve. But I do. I offer what I know, and I know how to produce records, and I know how to write music, and I know how to promote it. And so I'm just, you know, I just offer that to people.
Well, now you're right about getting took advantage of. I know several people that has, you know, they're like, hey, I've got a guy in Nashville that's going to cut one of my songs. He's going to pitch it. All I got to do is take him about $10,000. And then like 2 months later, well, nobody liked my song, you know, and I thought, dude, he just took your $10,000, you know?
That's right. That's right. Now, you know, it costs money to record. You got to pay for a studio and musicians and stuff.
Right.
But there's a whole business being made here of people who say, yeah, I need $10,000 to make you a star or something, and that's just not possible.
Mm-hmm. And I think nowadays, even though social media is opened the door for people to build their platform, but there's so much out there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and it's weird what catches on, and you know, like I always say, nobody can guarantee or predict what's going to be the most popular thing.
Mm-hmm.
I always, you know, Garth Brooks. Who knows why he's the most popular, but he's the most popular guy, so he wins, you know?
Mm-hmm.
and I can't tell you why your song is or isn't taken off. If we all knew that, we just follow the formula. There is no formula.
I think Garth Brooks runt country music myself when he started doing rock concerts.
Runt.
That's a Southern term. I got this.
I'm still working on that one.
Runt. Yeah, he started doing rock concerts.
Yeah, well, George Strait does all right, just standing still and singing his songs. You know.
Yeah, he's George Strait. But I mean, let me ask you something, Dean. I mean, you got George Strait, which is just huge. I mean, you got Alan Jackson, which is huge, and do you think there at this time that there's ever going to be anybody like George Jones, or that just stands the test of time? I mean, that's coming out in the music today, or I kind of compare these that's coming out like one hit wonders. Do you see any? I mean, do you see any musician coming up that's just like, oh wow?
I don't really know, because I feel like it's everybody's got the attention span of a fly. Yeah. So, if they'll like something one minute and they're on to the next thing. When the Beatles were big, when Elvis was big, there was one channel to watch on TV or whatever. There was one thing to be watching. So the whole nation was tuned in to look at that. But now nobody's tuning into all the same things. It's just 60,000 things blowing up in your face all day long. And who knows why something clicks or connects.
Yeah.
And I feel out of touch with what connects with a lot of people, because I look at stuff that's really successful and I think I don't get it.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. But here's something though, like Yellowstone. Everybody's following Yellowstone, and that has really, because of so many people following, that's opened up the red dirt country, which I love that kind of stuff out of Texas that's going on right now.
Sure.
And that's kind of got popular right now, and I think it's all because of the series Yellowstone.
Sometimes I think it's a matter of getting enough people to focus on one thing long enough. If Yellowstone gets you to focus on the show, then that many people are hearing the music, right?
Right.
But the average new person starting out in the music business, for example, they're just putting stuff in that stream of 80 million people on TikTok or whatever and hoping their thing catches fire.
Yeah. And I mean, honestly, you might as well just go to the casino and play craps or something, because I mean,
I feel like, for example, I have a TikTok channel at Dean Miller Music, not that I'm promoting myself, but
promote it. That's what you're here for.
But, on my TikTok channel, I posted a thing about my dad a while back, and I got 1 million views and all this stuff. And then the next day I can post something about myself and get 200 views, and I can't find any rhyme or reason to what people like or want. I'll put something up and I'll think this is the funniest thing in the whole world and nobody cares. And then I'll put something up like, look, I made a sandwich and here's 100,000 people up. I don't get it. Yeah. I don't get it.
Well, now I watched this Dallas Moore. You've done some stuff with Dallas Moore. I like that song. What is it? Jesus, Blue Jean Jesus.
Oh, Dallas Moore did. He's great, boy. That guy's cool. But he wrote a song about a street vagrant guy called Blue Jean Jesus, and then he wanted to make a video, and I also direct videos, so I made a video for him, and we just made that thing out in the street, and I think that guy's really cool. He's a good guy.
He's got a good voice too, man.
Yeah, he's an interesting dude. All he does is travel, and play music. I always like to say he'd play a garage sale if it paid right,
I know, but me and Packy both have had bands since we've been old enough to stand up behind the microphone. And back then we got $100 a man, and over the years we've grown to where we're getting $100 a man.
The musician is the least respected guy in the bar, isn't he?
Yeah, you're right about that. They used to pay Packy with beer, but he's Catholic, so they had to quit that. Cheaper to pay him $100 a man.
Oh, man.
Yeah, but I don't know. Folks, we're talking to Dean Miller Entertainment. Tell us again before we go, because we've got to get to a break, about this travel thing you got going on. This is so much fun.
Yeah, that's at Insincere Traveler. It's and on YouTube, we have this channel, The Insincere Traveler, and we post videos of all our adventures. So it's really fun. I have a lot of fun doing that. If I know how to edit video and put stuff together. So I make these little projects because I just love doing it.
Yeah. It's interesting because, I mean, I don't know if I'll ever get to go to any of these places. So, and you kind of go to the places that I would go if I were there. So it kind of works out.
Yeah, cool. Because I try to find the interesting, not the obvious places when we travel around the world.
Do you have a trip scheduled coming up, and where?
Yeah, in Bermuda, we're going to go to
That's right,
Bermuda in July on a cruise ship, the Norwegian Joy. We're going to go on this cruise ship, and we're going to film that adventure. Bermuda's a cool place.
Do you wear shorts there?
I do.
Bermuda shorts.
Oh, I got it. It took me a minute.
And we don't watch full-length movies either. We watch shorts.
R. And do you have a?
Oh, y'all got it going on.
Do you wear a hat, special hat? Don't they have some kind of hat they wear there?
Yeah, I think they do. I just I don't know what it is. But you know, it's funny in Bermuda. I've been there before. You'll go downtown to where the businesses are and everything, and there'll be guys in suits, like a full suit and tie, but they'll have the Bermuda shorts and dress socks pulled up to their knees.
Oh man.
It's the weirdest thing. That's their dress attire.
Hey, I can deal with that.
Now, isn't there something too that cars aren't allowed on the island? It's like some kind of you can ride a moped or something.
It's not they're not allowed, but you have to have a really special license to drive a car on Bermuda. So they rent these electric scooters and electric. They're like a semi-car thing that's enclosed, but it's like a scooter. A tourist can't just rent a car there.
Mm-hmm. Sounds like something Steven needs to get.
No, man, I'm all about junk cars, but anyway. Dean, man, I appreciate you getting up early and talking to us, and we need to get you back on. Don't be a stranger, man. You get back out, and we get you back on and talk about some more stuff you got going on. Hopefully this don't hurt your career. I hope this helps some of the stuff you got going on.
Hey, having me on. I enjoyed it. I'm going to have to get back to bed now, though. So.
Yeah. All right, Dean, you take care, brother.
All right, thank you.
All right, thank you, sir.
Guys.
Thank you for spending a little time with us. And remember, you can tune in every morning at WJULradio.com at 8 a.m. Eastern. And please subscribe to our YouTube channel and like us on Facebook, The Morning Dish.